Constitutional framework. Historical background. The British came to India in 1600 as traders, in the form of East India Company, which had the exclusive right of trading in India under a charter granted by Queen Elizabeth I. In 1765, the company, which till now had purely trading functions, obtained the Diwan I rights over revenue and civil justice of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. This started its career as a territorial power. In 1858, in the wake of Sepoy Mutiny, the British Crown assumed direct responsibility for the governance of India. This rule continued until India was granted independence on August 15, 1947. With independence came the need for a constitution. Hence, a Constituent Assembly was formed for this purpose in 1946, and on January 26, 1950, the Constitution came into being. However, various features of the Indian Constitution and polity have their roots in the British rule. There were certain events in the British rule that laid down the legal framework for the organization and functioning of government and administration in British India. These events have greatly influenced our constitution and polity. They are explained here in a chronological order under two major headings. 1. The Company Rule 1773-1858. 2. The Crown Rule 1858-1947. The Company Rule 1773-1858. Regulating Act of 1773. This act was of great constitutional importance as A. It was the first step taken by the British government to control and regulate the affairs of the East India Company in India. B. It recognized, for the first time, the political and administrative functions of the company. And C. It laid the foundations of central administration in India. The features of this act were as follows. 1. It designated the Governor of Bengal as the Governor General of Bengal and created an executive council of 4 members to assist him. The first such Governor General was Lord Warren Hastings. 2. It made the governors of Bombay and Madras presidencies subordinate to the Governor General of Bengal, unlike earlier, when the 3 presidencies were independent of one another. 3. It provided for the establishment of a Supreme Court at Calcutta, 1774, comprising 1 Chief Justice and 3 other judges. 4. It prohibited the servants of the company from engaging in any private trade or accepting presents or bribes from the natives. 5. It strengthened the control of the British government over the company by requiring the Court of Directors, governing body of the company, to report on its revenue, civil, and military affairs in India. Amending Act of 1781. In a bid to rectify the defects of the Regulating Act of 1773, the British Parliament passed the Amending Act of 1781, also known as the Act of Settlement. The features of this act were as follows. 1. It exempted the Governor General and the Council from the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court for the acts done by them in their official capacity. Similarly, it also exempted the servants of the company from the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court for their official actions. 2. It excluded the revenue matters and the matters arising in the collection of revenue from the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. 3. It provided that the Supreme Court was to have jurisdiction over all the inhabitants of Calcutta. It also required the court to administer the personal law of the defendants, i.e., Hindus were to be tried according to Hindu law and Muslims were to be tried according to the Mohammedan law. 4. It laid down that the appeals from the provincial courts could be taken to the Governor General in Council and not to the Supreme Court. 5. It empowered the Governor General in Council to frame regulations for the provincial courts and councils.